Yeah, would you say something on that? He
Just,
said it
yes,
all.
said it
But
all.
why should there be an abuse in relationship? Let's talk about the dating bit of it, even before we come to marriage. Why should there be an abuse in a relationship when we are just trying to get to know ourselves?
Okay, so there's supposed not to be abuse, but because we are humans and we have flaws, we have temperaments, like you're saying, and we have weaknesses, we have different experiences in life. Sometimes unconsciously or consciously, depending on the individual, we can even met it out. There's supposed not to be abuse, actually, because we intend to love each other. We are trying to accommodate and, move and live together. But because we are humans, sometimes these things happen. But it depends on the victim and the abuser, how they communicate and how they relate. Then we can know, okay, this is what is happening. This is what I'm not supposed to do. This is what I'm supposed to do.
But okay.
Okay, so I want to come in here. Now, abuse comes from people who are very close to you. And why should it come from people who are very close to you? Because abuse stems from power and control. Power and control. Now, people who have power over you wants to control you in a certain way. And that is the only way they can abuse you. So if they don't get that control over you, they wouldn't be able to abuse you. Now, so you realize that someone will only abuse you in a relationship. Let's say you're dating. When you trust them, when they realize that you trust them and you care about them. So the abusers do not come in the form of a monster. They are loving, they are sweet, they are caring. You get it? But when they realize that you trust them so much, you care about them, then they know they have control over you. And then they want to take charge. They want to dominate. And that is what mostly breeds abuse of any form.
I see.
Yes, so control and power.
I see. What are some of the various forms of abuses in a relationship? We've spoken about that of parents and all of that. But what really happens in a relationship in terms of abuse?
You know, the most common ones that is not most of the times realized easily is what we call emotional abuse or psychological abuse. Now, emotional abuse, not like physical abuse. You know, for physical abuse, the scars are there for you to see. Maybe the injuries and the bruises are there for you to see. But for emotional abuse, it's insidious, you know, but very traumatic as well. It's from things we don't even know they are abuses. So someone may be abused for a very long time, but they may not even realize that this is an abuse. Emotional abuse, for instance, when you are excessively jealous and you tend to check, it's an abuse.
I see, but when you love someone, you're supposed to protect what you have.
But there's a limit to that.
There's a limit to that. That's why I say excessively jealous.
Yeah.
When you're excessively jealous, it's an abuse.
I see.
You get it? Now, some people gaslight people. For instance, in an argument, they say something, and then when the woman wants to pick a point from that, they say, I didn't say that, you said this, you did this, and that is why I'm doing this. You know, they put you in a place where you feel like you are the one to be blamed for everything. It's an abuse, but most people do not know it's an emotional abuse. They humiliate you in public. Sometimes they tend to check on you so much, like, where are you? What are you doing?
Could it be love? It could be you loving the person, like Odoni Dawson. So you would want to check up on the person.
Yes.
Where are you?
Okay.
Checking up is okay.
Can I come in? So this is where we need to check and balance.
Yeah.
Now, I have to love you. I have to check on you, but not to be over-possessive.
Yeah.
Not to be controlling you. Now, anything that will make you not live your normal life as a human being in a relationship is a threat to abuse. Yes. If I'm in a relationship with you and I cannot live my normal life because of you, over checking on me, controlling me, I have to give daily report of where I am and what I'm doing, then you're abusing me.
Yes.
Yes. So there's an extent to that.
Then our parents who have abused us.
Of
Oh,
course,
yes.
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 Of course, yes.
Yes.
Emotional abuse is so deep that it has not been well discussed. It is so deep, you see, and parents also abuse their children emotionally, but they don't even know. most times they are not even aware about that. Let me say this. There was an issue where we are discussing with my mom and she broke down in tears. Then I don't know. I've abused my mom emotionally. Why? Because she's been saying this thing and I've kept repeating it. So she's worried. What I told, am I not doing right?
Right.
What prayer have I not prayed? So she broke down. It's an emotional abuse. Now, that parents who, for the sake of, putting food on the table, running helter-skelter
Go
to
through
provide for
a lot.
they don't even have time for their children. They don't even pay attention to their children. They don't even listen to their children. The moment they are home, they're detecting. Yes, it's an emotional abuse.
It's an abuse.
The child doesn't have attention, cannot be listened to. It's an emotional abuse.